Hi, I'm Cheryl Townsley, and I want to tell you a story that gets me excited every time I even think about it. It's almost breathtaking. I've had the opportunity of working with tens of thousands of people from around the world as a naturopath wisdom coach, and nothing excites me more than when they have their breakthroughs. So as you listen to mine, I want you to think about you. So the story begins looking at a dance floor, looking at that dance floor and having all kinds of questions. Hmm. You see, Forrest and I met dancing. I loved to dance with him. And one of the very best gifts he ever gave us, and certainly me, was working with Karen Lee, who was a professional dancer and dance instructor. And she worked with couples to teach them how to dance together. And when she was doing her assessment, she said, "Cheryl, you feel the music." And I was, "Yes." She said, "But you don't have a clue what you're doing." And I thought, that's true too. And then she did Forrest's assessment, and she goes, "Wow, he knows all the dance steps." That's true. It's how he worked his way through college. She said, "Now it's to bring the two of you together because your strengths will allow you to dance in remarkable ways." And that's what we did for years, whether it was weddings or cruises or going out to dance. It was something we loved, loved, loved to do. And it sort of petered away during, when you couldn't dance during COVID. And then November of 2022, something happened that shifted my life. A slight misstep and a head injury. And I remember coming in and looking in the mirror and going, "Oh, that doesn't look good. I'm going to show you in just a minute." But then I went, erase, erase, erase. I'm only going to speak positive words over my entire healing process. And as you look at this picture of the original injury, it may look bad, it may not look that bad. However, the impact of that injury had a huge impact on me on all kinds of things I couldn't do. Now, I was incredibly blessed that I had so many people and resources to immediately take advantage of. My PT person showed up in 10 minutes, and she's worked with me every 2 weeks since. I've had great products like Cellcore and OHS and Dr. Loomis and so many good products. I've had Matt Bush and Kathy Mock and Next Level Neuro, Z Health to help me with all kinds of neural resets. I had prayer. I had so many things that I did faithfully, and I restored about 50%. I still couldn't go into restaurants. I still couldn't be in a car, couldn't be around very many people. And our daughter really captured it well as to what this did to our family when she said, "Mom would still show up amazingly for clients." Yeah, I did. And then I would crash. Her personal life got so small and so quiet. It meant a new normal for our family. And sometimes when you go through trauma or injuries, it's like your life shrinks. It has nothing to do with age. It's your brain no longer feeling safe, and so it keeps shrinking to try and find a safe place. That's not a way to live. That's barely surviving. And I didn't even know during that time that my breakthrough for the remaining 50% was sitting on our shelves in our inventory area because we work with clients from all over the place. You see, what was on the shelf were these little things called Super Patch. And I had no paradigm for them. I didn't understand them, so I just thought they were hokey. And so they sat there for about 14 months. During this very time, I was down here in the 50% shrinking life. Well, before we threw them away, Forrest decided to try one, and it helped his strength and his workout. And then he sent me a video by Dr. Anna Toker, renowned colorectal surgeon. And she started talking, and she explained the science behind what happens in these patches. She was talking about how the brain and the gut are connected, and I went, check, I understand that. She talked about the vagus nerve and how it connects the brain and the gut. I've been teaching on that for 25 years. I understood that. She talked about neurology and whether the brain feels safe or not. We've been doing a deep dive for 11 years. It was part of my recovery. And she just went through so many things that reflected what I've learned and to a certain degree mastered. Great results with clients. It helped me. And then she went on to tell her personal story with autoimmune and with pain. And as she talked, it's like, I get this. I don't even have to try it. I get the science. I get how it works. I get that this is putting brain pathways into balance and then other things in the body can work. I just got it. And I played around. One of the first ones I played with was Freedom for a toothache, and it helped. And I played with other patches, and I had some simple responses. Clients were getting great responses, but I still understood they worked, so I kept using them. And then, this is so important, sometimes it's not the suddenly at the front end, it's the diligence to keep play, notice, and discovering, and then something happens. Because you see, in February, Super Patch released Zen for the brain, this part of the brain, and Assure for nausea that also helps with hearing and vestibular and a little bit of balance. And as soon as I got those, I slapped them on my skin because you peel off the backing, put it on your skin, and immediately, within 5 minutes, I was involuntarily, my nervous system kicked in deep breathing, like deep breathing. Deep breathing and sighs and yawns means your nervous system is resetting. And that was happening like every 5 minutes. And then I decided to go to a restaurant. And my nervous system didn't freak out. That's pretty cool. And then I rode in a car for more than 10 minutes with the window down, and I could do it. And then Forrest and I went to a concert, and I enjoyed it. And it was like, this is so cool. I'm getting my life back. I'm getting the brain I had in my 30s and 40s. It's been 100% recovery. My brain is my biggest asset. It's one of your biggest assets. And seeing your brain restore is remarkable. So, back to the dance floor. I've had all these breakthroughs, but I looked at that dance floor and all the 3D and all those flickering lights and all the sound and all the people, but I could still feel the music. I really wanted to dance. So it felt like a huge big step to step up there, reach out to Forrest. And as you watch the video, I want you to come back because I want to finish the story. As you watch the video, it is not about hot dance moves. We've done far better in our lifetime. No, this is about taking that step that you're not sure you can do and experiencing a breakthrough, whether it's dancing or walking or whatever it is that's a breakthrough for you. Watch the video and feel what it's like to take that step and to dance. Every time I watch that video, every time I see the picture of Forrest and me dancing, I go, good job, Cheryl. You took the risk and you discovered your brain could do what you weren't sure you could do. It felt safe. It felt familiar. All the memories of dancing came flooding back, and it was so exciting. So exciting. And so that's what I desire for you. It's not about whether it's a dance floor. It might be being able to get up after you thought you couldn't walk, maybe after a stroke or a fall or an injury or a broken bone. Or maybe you thought you couldn't hold it together because you've gone through whatever it is. Your brain is so neuroplastic. When brain pathways get into balance, what you can do will astonish you. So what's the next step for you? It's my very, very favorite gift to give anybody. You see, I've worked with people one-on-one for over 40 years. Long, long time. to take all that wisdom, all that experience, personal experience, client experience, understanding how the brain works. And every week we do a Discover call, 5 to 5:30 Mountain Time. It's my favorite thing to do is to share the discoveries, the things I'm learning, the things that our community is learning, the things that clients are learning. The stories motivate me and the things people come up with because I teach, play, notice, discover what works in your body. And when people share, it's like, well, that's a good idea and that's a good idea. And we all learn. So I want to invite you to participate. You can go to our website, lifestyleforhealth.com. That upper right-hand corner, there's a place to subscribe, and that just gives you a notification and the notes that I prepare to help you. But get with the person who suggested that you listen to and watch this video. But more importantly, join us on Discover, because you don't yet know the fullness of living life until you've put brain pathways into balance and discovered how you can dance on your dance floor.